you and welcome to the last trading day of the week. It's Friday the 19th of September 2025, and it's another day for us to go through the markets to see how we can eke out some gains in our portfolios and of course continue to build our net worth. I am your wealth creation enthusiast with a passion for helping individuals and organizations build their personal and corporate net worth via investing in the stock market. And with my 27 years of experience in the Nigerian stock market, I am sure I can put you through how to invest in the capital markets and to make money for yourselves and to build a happy retirement for you. I've always told everyone who knows me and follows me that indeed you are the best pension fund administrator of yourself. PFAs we know are doing their best. Retirement savings accounts are out there, but they are not just enough to give you the kind of peace of mind you need on retirement. And so while you are still alive and well, especially with vigor and vitality going about your career, your business, it's actually the time not to snooze. It's the time to put in money and make sure you are investing for your later retirement. Have you ever wondered why the richest people always live longest? Because they have all the good things of life and they are sure that when medical challenges arise, they are always able to fund their bills. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This is how I intend to open today's live stream. As usual, today is Friday and we intend to take as many calls as possible. So after we do your comments, which is going to happen after the review of activities yesterday in the stock market, we will open the phone lines on TikTok at exactly 12:45 p.m. And then we'll proceed to take your comments alongside taking your calls as often as we can so we can attend to most of your comments. Thank you very much. Let me introduce all my in-house co-hosts talking about Maobi, Benita, Gratitude Boss. Thank you so much for all you've been doing for mankind, and hopefully we can only keep getting better. All right, let's see how we proceed with activities in the capital markets. But before then, I think I will be taking some of your comments almost immediately. All right, so let's see what you have to say. Thank you so much, Aline Aleshinloye Lekon. I see you there in partnership with Alerted King, trying your best to continue to grow followership and attendance by sharing the live stream. You know how we do it. Please go ahead and make sure that you are liking and sharing from the beginning to the end. When you do that, all of those on-screen actions ensures that anyone who needs the information we share here can join us almost immediately. How long will it take me to create my account as a minor? Alerted King is asking, or someone else is asking, I guess. It doesn't take, as a minor, you'll actually need an adult account, individual account. So someone has to have an individual account then tied to yours, because you do not have all of the requirements, especially in terms of age, to proceed to run an account by yourself. A minor is anyone who is under 18 years of age. So if you are that person, then please go ahead to get an adult, especially your parent, to open their own account. Then they will apply on your behalf for a minor account. Greetings to you also, Austin Mamos. Good afternoon, my coach for life. I will follow till Christ comes. Looking good. Thank you very much, Chris. Appreciate your confidence and trust in this project. Thank you so very much, Baba Gift. I see your Guinness flying, 183 naira per share at the moment. It can only get better from here. You've been bold enough and put your faith and confidence on the line. And one thing the market does for people who do that is surely a fantastic reward. Movie Boss Top 10 says, good afternoon, coach. What is your opinion on Zenith Bank and UBA interim dividend declaration? Well, for Zenith, they are doing well. Last year they paid 1 naira. This year they have declared 1 naira 25 kobo interim dividend. For UBA, it's looking like they did what they have done deliberately. And that reaction of the market against UBA is what is now reflecting on Zenith. From my thinking, Zenith is not supposed to be losing because they've announced a better dividend payout in terms of interim compared to last year. But I can tell you this is despite the fact that new shares have been already absorbed. I'm talking about Zenith. And so number of shares has increased. They still went on to pay more than last year's interim dividend. That shows, first things first, that they are not infringing the forbearance issues that were raised the other time. And then, of course, they are also going to be paying a better final dividend. And I have my full confidence to tell you that they will be capable of matching whatever GTCO pays. And that's really, really commendable. So, by and large, if they had paid the same 1 naira per share paid last year, I also wouldn't have been surprised, because actually they are paying more now than they paid the last time. And so to even add 25 kobo on top of what was paid last year, in spite of the increased number of shares that they need to attend to, that's very commendable on the part of Zenith. Maybe the market will later realize that Zenith is being underpriced unfairly, and it will eventually jump back up, because as at yesterday it was trading at 66 or 67, but today it's pulled a bit to about 65 or thereabouts. And then you have the likes of Stanbic IBTC and GTCO, having not released their own results, are still at least stable and possibly gaining. For UBA, unfortunately, after they challenged GTCO and Zenith last year by paying double the interim dividends both banks paid, this time around they are now paying far less than the double what GT and Zenith paid. You know, GT and Zenith paid 1 naira per share interim last year, but UBA came out and declared 2 naira per share interim dividend, though they didn't match the final dividends of both banks. So that's where we are. UBA perhaps may look like they have shot themselves on the foot, but I can tell you all of these things are deliberate. Perhaps they want the stock price to drop and remain under, and maybe still accumulate some more, who knows. But we are watching to see how low it gets. Will it ever drop under 40? Should UBA drop under 40, that will look very juicy. And I'm not looking at the immediate effect of the poor dividend compared to last year that they've declared right now. I'm really referring to what happens between November and December. Should UBA drop below 40, then that would be a fantastic proposition. So do not panic if you invested in UBA, even if you bought at 48 and decided that, okay, you were going to go long term. I'd like to assure you that going long term is the key. The advantage that gives you is that eventually you will now find it lower than you bought. And what that means is eventually getting your UBA cheaper than you initially bought, and therefore lowering your immediate entry price or collective entry price. Well done, coach. Please, can I buy charms at the current price? Agbo Empress. I think you can. 3 naira 35 kobo or thereabouts, or you wait, because I think that's the least it should get to, unless someone comes into the market with heavy supplies. Hi, coach. I don't know what to do. I got in at 35. I don't know whether to jump out now. Please advise. Louisa Oge. The question is, did you buy to stay long? If you did, there's no reason to panic. 35 is quite far from how low UBA may drop. And should it drop below 35, your entry price, if it ever happens, then that's a chance for you to go in there and buy more, because that's a long-term stock. Don't even think about it. By the time the owners eventually amass as much as they want, don't forget they fix the rights issue price at 50, and they have gone ahead to declare something less to provoke the market to dump and repeatedly make the rights issue a no-no for retail investors. That means they are getting the rights issue completely on their own, and that will mean that they will eventually even come back into the market, clear their rights, and then come back to collect whatever anybody is jumping away from. But can I tell you this? Just stick to your long-term strategy. We saw all this when we bought UBA at 5 naira per share. My entry price was 7 naira per share. And we saw it dilly-dally severally until it went as far as it has gone. This is a stock market. We learn all sorts of lessons on a daily basis. Sometimes these companies will increase your expectation, send it towering over the roof, only to eventually end up disappointing you with all sorts. But you know what? When you stay long, you will find that all of those things were done to help themselves to a better result and performance. And because the owners are not dumping, if you're buying a stock and staying long term, the best advice I have for you is to always stay on as an owner of the company. I said the same thing last year when the stocks, early last year, when the stocks of Dangote's Sugar and Nascon were plummeting as a result of the suspension of the impending merger. You know, when that happened, eventually people were selling off and running out of those stocks. Well, I kept saying the owner of the company will not sell his company because of one hitch or the other along the line. They are all temporary, and it's all what makes wealth transfer possible, because someone might see an opportunity where others are jumping out, and the moment the person goes in there to gather as much of those stocks as possible that they can get, then you will find that the supply dries up and it becomes a challenge to now get back in. So scenario number 2, that's one if you decide to hold. Scenario number 2, you decide to go ahead and sell at 43, 40 or whatever, and it ends up being the last it ever drops to, and then begins to pick up because we're expecting, now let me also remind us, we're expecting third quarter results next month. And if third quarter results are published, these banks are supposed to be doing better. What if the third quarter result comes out much more fantastic than ever? You would have lost your UBA and eventually end up now trying to find a way to get back in, unless you bought a stock for trading purpose. If not, please calm down, relax yourself, and enjoy. You can only keep building on what you have. Make sure you don't fall for this trap. A lot of people make these mistakes and have their regrets. Let's go on quickly to review of activities in the capital market. Yesterday, the Nigerian exchange reclaimed 90 trillion naira in market capitalization as investors gained about 144 billion on Thursday. The equity market closed in positive territory, extending its bullish momentum from the previous sessions. Key performance indicators surged by 16 basis points, while year-to-date return advanced to 38.22%. The new market rally was driven by investors' sustained buying interest in stocks with positive upside potentials. Specifically, the market index or all-share index added 228.25 basis points, reflecting a 0.16% increase to close at 142,263.12 basis points. Equities market capitalization increased by 143.54 billion naira to to close at 90.01 trillion naira. Market activities inched lower yesterday as the total volume and total value of the trade dropped by 67.64% and 65.86% respectively. Right? Stockbrokers reported that approximately 325.11 million units valued at 8.4 billion naira were transacted across 22,770 deals. In terms of volume, Access Corporation led the activity chart, accounting for 11.47% of the total volume of all trades consummated in the local stock exchange, followed by Fidelity Bank 6.32%, NSL Tech 6.10%, Veritas Cap 4.59%, and Omatech 4.56%, rounding out the top 5 in terms of volume. Zenith Bank emerged as the most traded stock in terms of value, accounting for 19.10% of the total value of all trades on the stock exchange yesterday. Guinness topped the gainers chart with a price appreciation of 10% max, trailed by Unicel, Regal Insurance, Thomas Wyatt, and Mark Nichols, and of course Guinea Insurance. 20 stocks depreciated according to trading data from the Nigerian exchange. Cornhall was the top loser with a price depreciation of 7.59%, trailed by TIP 7.48%, Nemeth Pharmaceuticals 2.71%, Ella Lakes 2.61%, Zenith Bank 1.42%, and Oando 0.51%. So, given the trading direction, the market bread closed positively, recording 30 gainers and 20 losers. That's all I can take as far as activities in the capital market yesterday is concerned. Let's also be reminded and informed that we are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter Live, as well as on Instagram and TikTok. Keep the comments coming in, ladies and gentlemen, and let's see how we progress from here. All right? Okay. Great, coach. Please, is it a good day to buy charms, and at what price? I'll check for you right now. Just give me a few seconds. Let's see how that goes. Charms is always a good buy. We just need to understand the timing, and then of course make sure you are sticking to your strategy. Going ahead to check what it is with charms right now. Let's see how that pans out. Currently in the market, charms is trading at 3 naira 35 kobo. Bid and offer status stands at 10 million bids versus 12 million offers, but the price is not relenting. Yesterday it closed 3 naira 28. So charms is gaining a little bit and trying to continue to sustain its gain for the day. Okomo oil is losing 100 naira at the moment. Based on the last trade transacted, 920 naira per share is what it is right now. So we go ahead with your comments. So of course, you may want to bid for charms at 3 naira 30 kobo. There are a lot of bids there. I'm suspecting it will be difficult for charms to drop so low. All right, let's see what the comments are on YouTube right now. Keep your comments coming in. Tosin Onarinde says no volume, no sound. I guess a little bit of adjustments were being made. I'm sure sound should be restored on YouTube. Please, YouTubers, help me confirm that we are good to go in terms of sound. Otherwise, Facebook absolutely clear, Twitter absolutely clear, and of course, hopefully sound is okay. Coach, good afternoon. Your audio is not good here. Emeka Kenneth is giving us a feedback from YouTube. Okay, let's still stay a bit patient and see. Maybe that's a delayed comment I just dropped. Good morning, sir. No sound on YouTube. Okay. Still no sound on YouTube. We'll see how that goes. I want to believe that it gets better. A little bit of adjustment has been made now. So please confirm if sound on YouTube is back. Good afternoon. TikTok audio is perfect. Thank you very much. I'm sure we have the same report for Instagram. Coach, please recommend good US stock to buy with low entry between $5 to $40 per share. When it comes to the US market, you want to be very careful and do your research because that's a bigger ocean and everything happens very, very fast. Apart from getting access to my watch list, which I haven't transferred onto the systems, I want to believe that a stock like okay, just a moment. Just a moment, I'll get back to that. Coach, when do you think Dangote refinery stocks will launch? Rogokami says that that will be done next year. The group has made an official statement in that regard that it will happen next year. Coach, how much can I bid down sugar today? I think I saw it at 60. I'll check the bid and offer status to reconfirm. Just keep that comment repeatedly coming on board. Hello, Coach. You said Guinness is now 183, but Bamboo is still showing 176, which is the opening price. What could be happening, sir? If you have been here long enough, you would have heard that most of these apps are showing you the previous day's price and not intraday price. And that's the reason why you have the situation that you are faced with right now. Guinness is actually 183 naira per share. So if you were trying to get into Guinness, the disadvantage is that you will never be able to buy because you'll be underquoting against the intraday price. And then if you are a Guinness holder who wants to capitalize and sell at the highest price, you will be looking at 176 and thinking you are selling at the best price, not knowing it's even going for 183, and that's how you are most likely going to lose money. This is why we prefer real-time data transmission when you are investing in stock. So to help you overcome this temporarily is for you to always cross-check stock prices you want to buy on platforms that give you real-time price listings, okay? Abosade Folake Ogunshola says, good morning, sir. Please, Jais a good buy today? Actually, Jais should be a good buy because I saw it selling at 450. And that's a good buy if you ask me, unless something drastic happens to the capital market. Lekon says, please, coach, is Japol good to buy and the price? I don't think you should be buying Japol right now. You should have a reason why you want to buy stock and be convinced about the price of whatever stock you are buying. Not just the price, the business behind it, and know what to expect eventually. All right? So that's it. Keep your comments coming in. I'm never tired of taking them. Excellent afternoon, coach and everyone. Danny Sunshine, thank you very much. Like, what platform, please, for us, for US and NGX stocks? There are no two platforms that gives you those two apart from apps. But if you want to maximize, then settle for a broker who eventually does real-time data, or you go for Optimus by AfriInvest, which is good for Nigeria, foreign US stocks, especially if you are based in Nigeria. So Siaka FX, for me, I use Atlas portfolios and I'm satisfied with the results I'm getting. John Ude says, good afternoon. Please, what is your stand on Sterling Bank public offer? Well, at this point, I'm really not interested in public offers like that because there are juicier and more promising stocks in my own thinking to put money in. Don't forget, most of these stocks who will still continue to do public offers will struggle with their earnings per share because they are creating more shares, diluting existing shares, and that's a big challenge, especially for the smaller banks. So I'm really not excited about it. It could mean something great for some stocks, but it could also be, I could also be proved wrong. But I believe in just following after the most profitable stocks to invest in. Never mind the fact that Sterling Bank public offer may just be attractive enough. Coach, how much will I bid NASCON today? I'll check now and give you updates about NASCON. NASCON currently at 97. NASCON is actually inching back to 100 where it belongs. I'm seeing a lot of bids at 97. Wow, that's serious. There are 6.5 million bids for NASCON and 882,000 offers. What that means is so much interest in NASCON, and out of the 6.5 million bids, about 884,000 at the current highest price of 97 and upwards. In fact, someone has paid 97 naira 30 kobo already. So demand for NASCON is building again. And usually NASCON has a way of dragging Dangote Sugar along. If you want to buy NASCON immediately, the most possible price is 97 naira 30 kobo for now. Otherwise, you bid 97, but even if you bid at 97, then you'll be left behind. You'll be made to queue behind 884,000 shares bidded for before it will be your turn. Chams has been sold down to 3 naira 25 kobo, and even Guinness is also dropping. Aradel also dropping. Now it's Friday when we expect all of this to happen. So bargain trading day is here before us and playing out fantastically well. All right, we're still getting the information that there is no sound in YouTube. That's quite a challenge. Hello, coach. I bought Stanbic at 53 and it's currently at 100. Is it a good time to sell or does it still have good upside potential? Enebeli Bamidele, I think it's a good time to hold because unless you are not getting sufficient dividend up till now, maybe because the shares, number of shares you have is not much. If it is much, then stay on that stock. I don't think it gets any lower than 100 naira at least, because I suspect it will eventually settle above 100, maybe 110, 120 in the near term. And then, of course, you can expect their dividend coming next month as well. Interim dividend, I mean. So as we speak right now, Stanbic is heavily in demand. 103 naira 95 kobo, 2.1 million bids, 70,000 offers. So the holders of Stanbic are stubbornly refusing to sell that stock. You see it? All right. Like what? Okay, responded to that. Top Boy Savage says, good day, sir. I've been trying to get the Atlas app on the App Store and it's not there. Well. Atlas is not an app. It's actually a web portal. It's actually a web portal and therefore can be found as an app. The beauty of it is that you can log into the portal using your phone to trade also. Good afternoon, coach. Please, what's your take on Sterling Bank's rights issue? Well, if you intend to hold Sterling long enough, then there's no problem taking up the rights, especially having held it earlier when it was cheaper. Coach, is Champs a buy today and at what price? I saw Champs at 325. Could still be okay, Abdullah. Coach, is it okay to buy Champs at the current price? Charles Brain. I am thinking it's okay, especially at 325 kobo and under. Good afternoon, coach. Is UBA buy or we should stay clear? Stay clear, hold on. We don't know how low they intend it to drop. Your duty is to just stand by and watch how low it drops. And then when it looks like it's bottomed out, you can start taking position there. And this may be between now and December. Could just drop lower than the entire market can just lose a little bit of momentum. And then by that time, more sales will be happening than buying. That's when we actually do a lot of the buyings. Is it okay to buy TIP at the current price? Doesn't seem to want to go below 12. Actually, as it stands now, TIP may not go below 12 unless something very drastic happens. And so you can put in a bid at 12 and hope that in the course of the day, someone will panic sell and sell down to 12. I've seen that happen severally. Meanwhile, yesterday there was a signal that TIP is preparing to rise. That's because from 12, we saw it balloon to 14 yesterday alone before eventually reverting back to 12. That's initial signs that the stock wants to take another leap. So put in your bid at 12. Today is Friday, the discount trading day as we know it in this community. And hopefully we will get bargains. Good day, coach. Is down sugar price okay today at DL 86? I said I saw it at 60. Maybe you should put in a bid at 58. I don't know. I'll check the bid and offer status soon. The technical team is trying hard to work to see how sound can be restored on YouTube. So while that is going on, I may not be able to just go through to see what the bid and offer status is and exactly what a good price it is today for now. Frankfurter said, what do you think about Sunu Insurance? It has not rallied up as the other insurance stocks did. And this is where experience comes in terms of history. If you were here long enough, as at last year, Sunu was just running helter-skelter from nowhere. I think Sunu was under 1 naira per share a year ago or so. And then it jumped to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sunu kept doing a solo run and was running all the way to 11 naira per share until it pulled back. We knew that nothing was really supporting this stock's rise. There was nothing fundamentally justifiable for how high the stock price went. Well, in the end, we found the stock collapsing. That's why I always advise our people, do not go after stocks that are jumping because they are jumping. All right? YouTube family, please confirm if sound is restored now as we proceed to check what Dangote sugar price is at the moment. Currently, it's at 61. And if we check the bid and offer status, quite a number of deals have been done. 434,000 transactions done already, 26.6 million naira spent. Now, 1.4 million bids versus 2.3 million offers. I'm wondering now whether or not that's the best time to, what the best price to enter is. We are seeing that the bidders are very patient, bidding 16 naira 20 kobo, 16 naira 15, and 16 naira 10 downwards. while the offers have 61 naira as the lowest offer. So I think the best price to bid for is 60 naira 20 kobo. Hopefully we get a good bargain for you depending on the volume. Good afternoon, please. Is UACN a good buy today for long term? Me, absolutely. I will agree with you completely and say go ahead with UACN. Currently 67.30, down from the 69. But you can see interest is more than confirmed there, as we have 1.2 million bids versus 288,000 offers. The highest bidder is putting out 67 naira 30 kobo for their bid, and then the lowest offer for UACN is currently at 70 naira. Good afternoon, coach. Please talk about Owando. Victor Wealth. Owando is actually almost like a meme stock, but it's not had a very good time with investors, especially long-term investors. However, a lot is going on that points to the fact that they are trying to get the company back into profitability. We're just waiting to see how quickly that happens. Some little bit of turnarounds here and there is going on. It's just always news that makes Owando jump at the moment, not the fundamentals. But we are seeing a little bit of improvement, even though Owando is not where it's supposed to be in terms of their financial performance. So for now, it's actually, as far as trading Owando is concerned, it's actually at a bottom level, a support level that will be hard to break in terms of dropping below 47.48. In fact, the least it has dropped in several months is 46. And so every time you see it at that 46, 47 range is a buy range for an eventual leap above 50 and close to 60 or 60. That has been the movement. Corn oil has collapsed to 193 from over 200 naira. We said here, please stay away because the financials are not fantastic. Good afternoon, coach. Is Academic Press and QTix a good buy today? V. Let's check what the bid and offers are. Fridays are buying days, like I said. We'll see how it goes. Academic Press, 9 naira 61 kobo currently. I wish it available under 9 would have been a very good buy, but the catchy thing about it and why it will hardly drop below is because there is a bonus declaration that any buyer today can also qualify for. Bonus and dividend declaration. Okay, and then for QTix actually is down to 3 naira 55 kobo. Perfect time to buy such stocks. Though I feel that if you bid at 350, you are going to be most likely able to buy before trading closes today. Coach, is it advisable to keep buying Dangote cement? Advice between Aradel and Dangote cement. Cynthia Nkechi Enioha. It is very much advisable to keep stacking up your Dangote cement. Always buy at the intraday low. For today's intraday low, it's around 516. You may want to bid as low as 500 or as high as 517. But by all means, these are solid stocks. When their rise will start, the market will be asleep and it will be very fast. For Aradel, there's a bit of pullback after trying to sell almost at 600 naira. 2 days ago, it touched 599. And today, it's traded as low as 575 or even 570. I think I saw it around 570 at some point. So that's the situation with Aradel. After jumping very high, it's cooling off a little bit. Current status 1 million shares, bidded for 1.6 million on offer. Okay, so you may want to put in a bid at 570. There's a likelihood to buy at that price, and hopefully we think it is just because it's another Friday when the market is trading sideways or downwards, and so that by next week we will see a change. YouTube family, can you confirm if there is sound now? Well, stream status for YouTube looking says poor. Okay, we'll keep working on this. Coach, what do you think about Abbey Mortgage Bank? Please be careful what you are investing in. Even if I saw that stock rising, currently 7 naira per share, I haven't really looked at their finances. And then we also need to be sure the trading volumes, how liquid is the stock? Abbey Mortgage. I'll do a quick check now and see if their numbers are actually reachable in terms of financial performance. Okay, just give me a moment, I'll do this check. All right. Earnings per share of about 17 kobo. 10 billion shares outstanding. That's where the problem is. Number of shares are quite a lot. And so, net income of 2 billion, trailing 12 months expected. Okay, let's see what their quarterly results are saying. First quarter interest income on loans 3.6, second quarter 4.1, 23% net interest income growth. Okay, 34% revenue growth. All right. Net income to common shareholders 469 million. Earnings per share 5 kobo. A decline from the previous quarter of about 14%. All right. Let's see if they have any dividend history at all. 6 kobo per share dividend. The last time they paid it this year, May. All right. I do not think, I'm not very convinced and satisfied that it's selling for 7 naira right now. Okay. In 2 minutes, the lines will be open on TikTok straight up so we can have enough callers. Somewhere in August, I was cautioned to sell off some Boa cement when it clocked 180. I did not hear. Okay, that's coming from Great of Network. Great of Network, sometimes your instincts may be right. That a stock price dropped does not mean the end, right? And as a matter of fact, it depends exactly on your investment strategy and investment goal. For a stock like Boa, right? How long did you intend to invest in that stock? How long? Did you invest to stay long term or to stay short term? Whatever it is, only time will prove you right or wrong. And then of course, whatever you sold, if you had sold, whatever you sold it to buy, you may not be guaranteed also how well that performs immediately after you bought. Because we're talking of August here. As at August, not much was happening anymore. The rally of July that entered August was fading away. And that was what saw to the decline of Boa Cement. So what you see is emotions playing out as far as Boa is concerned. So you need to just stay calm, stick to the strategy, and see how you can continue to build. You are on a marathon, not on a sprint. Hello, coach. Is it okay to ramp up? Oh, I missed that out from J.A.'s. Ramp up on Giants Bank today. Actually, this is a perfect time to do that, because Fridays are always interestingly discount trading days. Hi coach, what do you think about selling bitter glass for charms? Well. Whether bitter glass has eventually recovered fully from the challenge of pullback, we don't know. But it's not a bad idea at all. I don't see bitter glass making another 100% from the 400. In fact, from here on, if there is no further momentum, bitter glass could just be drifting backwards and even much more. So the fact that a stock like Champs has a chance to grow and give you 100% more than bitter glass can based on the current price now, then I think it's okay, especially if you're in very good profit as bitter glass has rewarded their shareholders recently. But again, a growth stock for a value stock is not always a very fantastic move, if you ask me, unless you have sufficient growth stocks already and you are okay with sacrificing one of them for a value stock. I hope that makes it a bit clearer for you to make a decision. So Toluwalase, that's my response. Bitter glass at 400 and something is not where I would want anybody to start from, because you are late to the party. Hello coach, your view please. Charms, RT Briscoe, UPDC, Jais for the 1 million challenge. If I go through all of them, all I see is Champs. Okay? Coach, can I buy Japol and at what price? Leko, be careful, you may stay long there. Going by the antecedents of those involved in the company, it's always been one project after the other. The other time they were into marine business, next thing we heard that they were into dredging, and then of course we hear now that they are into solid minerals. And there has actually been some serious investment funds put in there, but we really are waiting to see, because time will really tell whether a change has happened. So ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines are open. Lock-in Wisi is the first caller. We'll go straight up because today is Friday. We want to entertain as much calls as possible. That's why we're here. If you are not following me, you are losing money. Coach, can I sell sterling for charms? Well, that's true. That's possible. If you do not have charms at all and you want to swap sterling for charms, not bad. All right. Keep the comments coming in as we make progress. We are making money this year. Remember, I've been saying this since January, and a lot of you have made money. Good afternoon, coach. Please, what do you think of Consolidated Hallmark Holdings PLC? Is it a good buy? Emperor Moprito. Consolidated Hallmark is one of my best insurance companies amongst the penny stocks. That's because it has a company like Aradel in its books. And you know what insuring oil installations means. They are amongst the best in terms of safety standards. And insurance is all about safety. So but they have to insure those installations. And so they will be generating billions of naira in insurance premium while not having to pay out all, because the safety measures in the oil industry is top notch. I have been in the oil industry and I can tell you how seriously they take it and what they do with their safety procedures. So, and that is why if you check again the books of Aradel and Cornwall, you will see that Aradel is also a shareholder in Cornwall, and Cornwall is also a shareholder of Aradel. Interesting, isn't it? So, that's my take on Cornwall. Your opinion about FIG, coach? My system is engaged. Hopefully I get back to you. Just Ajiboye, continue to repost your comments. Coach, please talk about UCAP. UCAP has actually been in the doldrums for a while after their great exploits last year. I am even thinking I need to check the numbers closely, more closely this time, especially towards end of year when they, towards end of next month when the third quarter result is out. Because I am having a feeling that the market may have started undervaluing that stock. Never mind the fact that bonus shares were issued last year, 2 for 1. For every one you have, they give you 2. That's how serious. And so at this point, I think that has taken so long and taken its toll on the stock. And just maybe it could get better from here. That's my take on UCAP. Good afternoon, coach. Can you say something about VFD? Something I have just said. VFD has expanded beyond the shores of Nigeria. They have actually become an intercontinental business. And that is what informed the massive volume of bonus shares issued. But based on the shares in circulation, that is, in consideration of the total bonus shares plus existing shares, if we check their financial performance, they shouldn't be selling for anything less than 13. So when it dropped below 13, I knew that VFD was a bargain. Up till now, should be selling around the 10 or 11. So that's a bargain. But you know what? The market may just be quiet. And at the appropriate and due time, the market will reprice that stock and we may see it jumping back up to 15. That's my take. How long that happens, that's where we don't want to prove that we are a crystal ball or we are magicians. There's no magician anywhere. We just do our homework and keep our eyes on these things. Hello, coach. Is it okay to ramp up Jais Bank today and at what price? Thank you very much. Jais Bank actually very okay at 450, but look if it ever drops below 450. That would be wonderful. Excuse me. Coach, Fidelity has still not met recapitalization. I just saw the list of 7 banks that have met it and Fidelity was not listed. Should I still continue to put money into Fidelity? Nothing will happen to Fidelity and most of those banks. April 2026 is the deadline. Some of these banks have their recapitalization already figured out. Not everybody will come and do public offer, I can assure you. So something like Fidelity, what they can do, they can just do a private placement. Have a private investor who just comes in there and dumps the money and they give them stocks of the company. They recapitalize stocks. Let's hit up the likes and get to 500 live viewers today. Thank you very much, Malby. It's good to have you, and hopefully we'll get back on YouTube again because work is going on behind the scene to make sure that comes up. So first caller is, oh, we lost him there. Lucky NWC is our first caller. We already have about 9 callers standing by. All right, let's see how that goes. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Lucky NWC, looks like you are not here, even though you have been called up. Hello, Malvi, good afternoon. It's good to have you.
Hello, Coach. A very good afternoon to you and all the investors here today. Nice to be here again today.
Thank you very much. So we go on to our callers, starting with J. Ace, then Kimmy Chris, and then Grace. Let's go. We want to accommodate as many calls as possible. Please call in as quickly as you can. Let's see how far. Coach, please, Qtix and Mansard, are they good today and what price? All right, I'll check.
Hello, Coach.
Good afternoon.
Jay Ace, streaming from China. I would like to know if Jai's Bank is a good buy today. Actually, I wanted to buy more. I bought when it was like 1 point something or 2 point something, like 8 months ago. So I was thinking of ramping up, buying more. Is it okay to buy more today?
Actually, I think it's okay to buy more today. 4 naira 40 kobo right now, and it's looking pretty good. If you can put in a bid at 4 naira 38 as well. 4.9,
438.
4.6 million offers. So
Okay, thank you very much. That's my question. And thank you for all you've been doing for us. You're wonderful. If you're not following Coach, you're losing money.
thank
Thank you.
you.
Have a good weekend, sir.
And you too, J Ace. Cheers. Right, Kimmy Crease, your next caller. Keep your environment quiet, keep it brief, so we can go on and take a lot more orders. Coach, please, did you just mention Dam Sugar to bid 60/20? Let's see. I have access to my system and check quickly. Hello, good afternoon. Currently 60.95, 1.4 million bid versus 2.4 million offers, talking about Dangote Sugar. And so 60/50 or 60/20 could get you that stock today. Hello, hi coach. Why is Zenith dipping even after they have declared interim dividend of 125 kobo? I guess it's the pullback. I mean, it's the dip of UBA that is affecting it. Herd mentality, if you ask me. They paid more than they paid last year. Paid more than UBA paid. But you know what? We watch to see how low it gets, because it won't be long. It will bounce back off. Why? Third quarter result expected next month. No panicking, just stay calm and stick to your strategy. Hello, Kami Chris, can you unmute your mic and let's get started? Okay, no time to waste. On to Grace, next caller.
Hello, good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
This is Stephen from Lagos.
Thank you, Stephen from
I would
Lagos.
like to I would like to start by saying, Coach, thank you very, very much. You've positively impacted me in terms of financial diligence, and you've taken out the fear I had as to what will happen when I leave this job, or what will happen if the job leaves me. Because before now, I used to think, so what next? But now with this, I am working towards passive income, working towards a lot of things just around the space of stock, and it's boosting my confidence. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I joined late July. Yeah, it was time of the pullback. I've not seen um, the positive expectations, but I am seeing the light. I am seeing the light. Sincerely, I am really, really seeing the light. And your teaching, again, I must say, has taken doubt and uncertainty. It's killing it and it's breeding patience in me. So now, down to my question. I was the person that asked, should I sell my sterling for charms? Now, I have charms. I also have sterling. Charms, I have 250. Sterling, I have 100,000 units, 250,000 units for charms, 100,000 units for sterling. But because we are looking at the 1 million challenge, so I'm looking at, I see that charms tends to have a more speedy growth rate against sterling. So I want to ask, is it a wise decision to sell the sterling to top up, to increase my charms volume before it jumps to 4 5 naira?
Actually, your analysis and final conclusion is in perfect order. I like you to proceed with automatic alacrity.
I didn't hear what you said, sir.
Your analysis and conclusion in perfect order. Execute straight up. Do you hear that?
Yes, sir.
Because 100,000 sterling bank will not give you much in terms of dividend, neither will it give you much in terms of capital gains, especially considering the fact that the smaller banks, like I said earlier, will struggle with paying or repeating the dividend per share they paid. Never mind also that selling back dividend per share is not so wonderful. So a further dilution is coming with this public offer rights issue that they are trying to do to meet up with capitalization. So best bet is to dump it in chance. Great call there. And we will be here to support that move. And that also further boosts the number of chance that you will get as a result of that investment. Is that clear, sir?
Okay, sir.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
And gentlemen, you've heard it. When a man says, I have seen the light, he knows what level of darkness there was. Do not think that people just make up words. Those words came from the inner spirit man of that individual. He saw darkness. He didn't need to see it. But when you hear, I have seen the light, there is hope somewhere. There is something for him, and there is something for you. No one in this live stream or in this community should ever give up. This is my word to you. We have seen fantastic comebacks in dimensions we cannot even document. And that's why we are looking for sponsors of our live physical sessions. A lot of people are lost. They have lost hope. They are working, they are employed, but they are not sure of tomorrow. We want them to see the light. Now look, no matter how small the salary you are earning now is, you can make a living for yourself in a couple of years. No one should ever give up. Thank you very much. Next set of callers, we shall be having Donald Ngam, Charles Brain, and of course, G Girl. Keep your environments quiet as we proceed with taking those calls. Females car architect, you've been scarce for a while. It's good to see you. Please, what stock can we buy for short term?
buy Dangote sugar at 59.75. 75 is fair for Dangote sugar. How long? I don't know. When you say 3 months, you are talking about entering November, December, which is not a very good sell time. So take note of it. Good afternoon, Donna. Coming from.
Good afternoon, coach.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Coach, I would like to confirm if getting QTs of 1 million shares will be okay, and at what entry price for long term?
Say again.
QTs, I'm thinking of getting about 1 million shares, if that would be good, and what entry price?
Okay, QTix is also one candidate for the 1 million challenge. Entry price today is looking good. That's why we say bargain day. I'm seeing just only about 184,000 shares at 3 naira 50 kobo, which is the current price it's selling for now. I think that's okay at this very minute. Whether or not sellers will be under more pressure towards closing, I don't know. Which means at that time, if there is more pressure for sellers, it will drop below 3 naira 50 kobo. But safest price today to buy is 3 naira 50 kobo. Yesterday closed 3 naira 68. We understand that today is Friday, so prices drop, weekend blues here and there. But you know what? It's a good enterprise here, and it's a perfect candidate for the 1 million challenge.
All right, thank you, coach.
Thank you for keeping it concise.
Charles Brain, you are next. After Charles Brain, G Girl is next. Coach, for next year, don't you think banks will be pressured and that might affect their income because of the new policy? Peter Oladapo, please confirm what new policy so we can have a reasonable debate. But for want of missing out on this discussion and perhaps the screen scrolling your comments off, if you are referring to recapitalization, that's exactly what I've been saying about some banks not having the ability to meet their original earnings per share because of dilution. But you see, the biggest banks are still going to be able to at least meet up with previous year's dividend payouts. It's the smaller ones that will have the biggest challenge. That's what I mean. That's my position. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, coach.
Thank you very much, Charles. Please tell us where you're streaming from.
My name is Charles. I'm streaming from Accra, Ghana.
Charles from Ghana. We're glad to have you here. Go ahead.
Coach, currently between Jais Bank and FCMB. I don't know which one is the better buy between Jais Bank and FCMB.
That's a big call. FCMB is supposed to be the bigger brand or bigger
Yeah.
name, but it's also been stagnated for a while. Though we experienced some influx of huge capital into FCMB in the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
It will be a major investment, a major entrant into FCMB. I am thinking FCMB is maybe fairly priced at 10.
Yeah.
Jai is still fairly priced around 4 5.
Yeah.
But in terms of who may grow your money better or manage your investment better, I tend towards Jai's Bank.
Okay. Thank you very much. And coach, I wanted to do this 1 million challenge with Chams. So I use CSL brokers. CSL brokers.
I'm listening. So go ahead. Why not? Okay, looks like we have lost voice there, but it doesn't matter. I know CSL. CSL is a very old name in the industry in terms of stockbrokers. CSL stockbrokers were there 27 years ago when I started investing. Yeah. Chinenye Dominica on YouTube says, Coach, please, I'm new here. Chinenye, you are most welcome. We appreciate your presence and we hope that you grow from here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. On to, okay, we've lost G Girl, so we'll go on to the next set of callers. We have Lollipop, James, and Mark Zeno. You shall be our three next callers. First up is Lollipop.
Good day, coach. Good day, coach.
Good day, Lollipop. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Yeah, my name is King, streaming from Canada, Toronto. I just want to really appreciate you. Yeah, King. Yes.
Okay, we're glad to have you all the way from Toronto, Canada. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to really appreciate you for all you do, bringing our prophet on this app and everything. I just want to quickly ask if I should go into both the charms. At what good price will you suggest for me to go in for charms now?
Charms,
Yes.
I said earlier it was at 3.25 but it jumped back up to 3.33. Was it at 3.25? No, it wasn't. Okay, currently 3.33. It's possible that it could dip further to 3.20 kobo, but that means you will be behind 1,046,000 shares bidded for before your turn.
So what do you suggest?
3.20 kobo and 3.22.
Okay.
If you bid at 3.22, you are just behind 106,000 shares bidded for. So 3.22, 3.25.
Okay.
You should be able to do it.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you. Next caller, James. Keep your environments quiet. So Dieter is asking, good day, coach, if I put some millions on NIDF, will I be able to get my first pay in the next 3 months, like starting in December? Let me excite you. If you buy the first million will come for you next month, and then in January, you verify for another. That's how frequently it can happen. We can't cope, so we move on to Mark Zeno. I give you the pre-information about keeping your environment quiet and that you will soon be called up, so you can just tidy up and let's be able to have a good conversation in a quiet environment. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, are you there? Or is it a mistaken call? If it is, we will move on to Chilamo. After Chilamo, next caller, Fiki. Looks like Charles' Brain is not done yet, so we'll go over and also hear from Charles' Brain. Chilamo, you are next. After you, Fiki, then Charles' Brain. Coach, do you think I can get Zenith at 64 today? Just a moment, Abdullah, I'll check and revert. Currently 64.75. So there you go. It's at 64 already. 11 million bids versus 10 million offers. So the bids are actually more than the offers for Zenith. As far as I'm concerned, Zenith dropping from 66 is unjustified. So this is a chance to buy it cheaper, if you ask me. Because next month, the third quarter result will be published, and I'm sure that will prop up the stock price a bit higher, unless we are faced with a bearish situation in the market. And for UBA, 19 million bids, 24 million offers. So
It's actually justified as we stand. Hello, good afternoon. Is Chilamo there? Your phone is actually, your mic is unmuted. Can you speak into it? All right, we do not have time for delays. We proceed to Fiki. After Fiki, it shall be Charles. What price can I bid for NIDF? Let's see what this NIDF, I saw it coming at 112 earlier. Let's see. NIDF still at 112.9. I think that's 112.9. Well, you want to wait on the queue. There are 78,000 bids for that. Otherwise, you can buy him maybe at 113. 112.9 just came to for that. So, just put in 113. Okay.
Good day, coach.
Very good afternoon to you. Please tell us your name and where you're.
My name is Fiki. I'm calling from Nagoya, Japan.
Oh, Nagoya.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for joining me from Japan. We really appreciate you. Nagoya, where Arsenal former coach used to coach, for joining us now.
Yeah.
Great Arsene Wenger.
Arsene Wenger.
Please go ahead.
Coach, I really appreciate your hard work you're really putting in. Thank you so much. Coach, I want to seek for your suggestion on Regency Insurance Company.
Regal Insure. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. I want to know if it's a proper investment because I've been monitoring them. They've been active, but I don't know if it's if they have a solid foundation for a long-term investment.
Actually, Regal Insurance. The books are looking good. We don't have any special about. Let me see what the portal is. It's a Penny's insurance it's like really do well for itself. It is a good size. 9.2 billion. It's not biggest it's just fine. And the pace and the rate is good.
Okay, so it's
an okay. Just that it's been on the rise for a while, and you don't want to fall into the trap of the price that and see if I can. I can't confirm immediately on the spot, but Legal Insurance is just one of those new insurance companies. They could go into the merger or acquisition for the capitalization.
okay, coach. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now we go on to Charles. Coach, please advise on WAPIC and AXA Mansa. Any hope for either rising, WAPIC not looking good? Well, those are very good insurance stocks. Very, very good. AXA, by my rating, should be the third best insurance stock listed on the stock exchange, behind Custodian and NEM. WAPIC amongst the best penny insurance names. And that is what we know now as Coronation Insurance. So sometimes they may not look as attractive on the surface, but you know what? As we speak now, there are 4 million bids for WAPIC versus 957,000 offers. So the offers are not even up to 1 million shares, but the bids are as high as 4 million to the point now, right? Keep your comments coming in and let's keep flying. Okay, coach, please. I have been watching your video. I'm interested, coach. Please tell me what to do or where to start from. I'm a student. Chinenye Dominica on YouTube. Never mind. I started even before I became a student. So we should have the courage to carry on. It's not too early for you. All you need is open your brokerage account. Your stock brokerage account is to the stock market, just as your bank account is to banks. While you put money in your bank account, your stocks that you buy are reflected in your stock brokerage account. So you keep track of the growth of your investments in your investment portfolio. All right? So open a stock brokerage account, then join Net Worth Investors Club. Two ways to do that is send me a link on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, the same handle. While you are on YouTube, you will see my YouTube username. Search me up with that same username on Instagram. You'll find me there. Or use the link tree on my bio. Just click on the link. You will see all my social media handles. Follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM. I will forward, remind me you are a beginner or any other beginner. I will forward beginner guide video to you. It's on my YouTube. I will forward the link to open account. I will also send you the link to join Net Worth Investors Club. The idea is the stock market is not a place you do buy and sell stocks or invest in stocks in isolation. You need information constantly because it's a dynamic marketplace. And it is that information you get, you act on to get results. A lot of people are scared of the stock market because there's no platform to really teach it freely and get more people to really experience it. Going for a seminar, workshop, whatever, does not give you the foundation you need. You need a community. That's where Net Worth Investors Club comes in. I hope that explains it a little bit. So we go on to the next caller. There's a bit of background sound. Is that from Charles? Hello, Charles.
Coach, I'm sorry about the sound. I was saying something about CSL. I bought Chams at the market price of 3 naira 28 kobo this morning for the 1 million challenge. But I found out that I actually bought for 3 naira. What I actually saw on my portal was 3 naira 33 kobo. While I placed the market order for 3 naira 28 kobo. So I don't know why it happened like that.
Very simple. The system has factored in all the commissions you had to pay for that transaction. Distributed it per share basis. So you are seeing the total cost per share, not just the price per share.
Okay.
That way you can know immediately when you are in profit. These things are specifically done for accuracy in assessing the performance of your portfolio.
Okay.
If you keep looking at the stock price, 3 naira 28 kobo, you will forget that you also paid money for the commission for that transaction that you did.
Yes.
So when you are calculating your profit, as the price goes to 3 naira 29, you think you are in profit, you are not. It goes to 3 naira 30, you'll be feeling flat, but no, don't fly. You have to have factored in that cost. So the system is meant to now break down that cost and distribute it into a patch, into each of the stocks you bought. So once you see that figure, 333, anything above 333, that's when you have started making money. So 333 is your break-even price.
Okay, thank you.
Now more accurate. A lot of
Yeah.
people make these mistakes and then they sell thinking they're in profit. They are not. They are in very tiny profit if they are, because they did not factor in the costs of the transaction. Thank you very much, Charles.
Good. That's about 3 months ago, May this year. I called because I wanted to, because I'm into real estate. I wanted to sell a property. Then I called you for advice. You told me to sell the property and invest it in stocks. So I was very, very skeptical. I was like, stocks. Then I said no. I didn't take as I invested in the property in mutual funds, which I very, very regret my actions because I saw the stock market rising from that May till now. So now I want to sell another of my property.
Hold on. You sold the property actually,
Yes.
and you went for safety.
I went for safety because I was like, stocks, let my money not. I was scared because that was my first time to invest in a huge amount of money in stocks. So I said, let me go for safety first. So but now I regretted my actions because from that May till now, I saw how the market boomed. So now I don't want to make that mistake again now. I want to sell another of my property within the month. So I'm looking for the best stock to invest the money. I'm looking for between Jay's Bank and FCMB. Which is better off?
You are looking for trouble. You are mentioning FCMB there right now.
Mm. So I want you to give
When you
me
sell a property,
recommended stocks for me to.
let me give you updates. When you sell a property, it's not the time to buy penny stocks because you are dealing with a market that fluctuates, and your property is supposed to give you a stock that will not dive terribly should there be a market crash, because you will never be ruling out a market crash. Market crashes are there, they
Yeah.
come from time to time. But how to position your portfolio in order not to crumble under a market crash means selling an asset like a property should not go into penny stocks at all.
Yes.
Number one. Number two, if you want to sell and buy stocks, fantastic timing. Don't rush and buy nothing now. Till from the second week of November till December.
Okay.
Then the best companies at the best prices will be there for you. It's worth the wait if you are looking for such stock. And considering how you don't want to lose money, I think that's the best way to maximize your future returns from this investment. By the way, I want to ask, did I mention a stock to you when I said sell and buy stocks?
You mentioned a stock then, but I think it's still this charms. I think you mentioned charms during that time, but I didn't remember.
Doubt if it's chance because I wouldn't have been recommending a penny stock.
Either Aradel or something or charm, but I didn't remember the particular stocks.
The fact that you were selling a property, my mind is telling me maybe I mentioned a stock like UACM or one of those Aradel, UACM. Those are the kind of stocks. In this
So
market,
your conclusion is that I shouldn't buy any penny stock. I should go for
yes,
higher stock.
your stocks. So you preserve your capital to an extent in case of a shock the market. And then, of course, they are also most likely going to be stocks that pays you dividend. So you would have earned an interim dividend by now, plus the gains made from May. In any case, that's by the way, different strategies per time, per season. And so we are getting into another moment. So you have enough time
Yes.
to sell your property, take a chill pill, and wait till about November when you strike. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you so much.
There is no regretting that move, actually. I know he's saying that out of some bit of regret. You know, I chat with a lot of people, so I don't know who I have told what a lot of times. But the moment he said, "You told me to sell and buy stocks," I could remember that, yes, I had a discussion like that. It takes courage to even talk about it openly, that he went ahead and invested somewhere else. It's not bad, for at least for his peace of mind. He needs to be safe and let the money be safe. And sometimes it's actually okay to not invest immediately you offload an asset, especially when you are divesting from one sector to another. In this case, real estate investment sold to invest in stocks. Sometimes you need the money to cool off a bit. The beauty of the stock market is that opportunities always come. The stock market is like a bus station. You miss one stock, just after you miss it, another opportunity will emerge. Just like when you miss your bus or your train, in the next minute, another train is coming to pick you up to your destination. So the most important thing is you know the destination and you just need your bus to arrive to get in there. It could be any other stock. Now opportunity presents again for him to write that move he termed wrong. It's not wrong at all. Safety first. You know, the two rules of investment says, number one, do not lose your capital. Number two, do not forget rule number one. That's how important safety of capital is. So we proceed to the next callers. Before we do that, I'd like Maobi to say something about this discussion right now. We had a conversation just now. Let him weigh in and let's hear what his take is. But unfortunately, it looks like we've been disconnected. Okay, I tried to reconnect him back. I couldn't, but when he comes back, we'll share what his idea is. Okay, we have Maobi. Share in 2 minutes what your thoughts are as far as that discussion is concerned. We are all learning.
Yeah, hello, coach.
Good afternoon, Maobi. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm not really sure, but I think I heard the last caller, speaking about, calling in the month of May, and you advised him to buy certain stocks after he liquidated one of his, physical assets. And for me, if that is the case, just like you have said, you couldn't have advised him to go for any penny stocks. And the reason being that, okay, you have liquidated something that is also very valuable, and you need something that will give you an equal measure of value to replace or kind of, give you a backbone in the absence of the physical asset. So the your choice of UACN, possibly Aradel, NIDF, depending on the amount of money, if you're looking for dividends, is the same choice I would have gone with if I were to be in that position to make those choices.
Thank you very much. Okay, go on to the next callers. Able God, Fedi, and Destiny or Saze. Please keep your environments quiet. But before you come on board, while we're waiting for connection to happen, let me respond to a question here on YouTube coming from David Eboma. Says, good day, coach. If I put 10 million into NIDF today, in the next 3 months, like December, will I be able to get my first payment? Okay, the last time I read and responded, I didn't see the figure. If you put 10 million in NIDF as we speak now, that will fetch you about 88,000 shares, including commissions. Now, 88,000 shares of NIDF
will give you 440,000 naira next month, straight up. It's called quarterly dividend. So you don't have to wait till December. Next month, October, you will receive 440,000 naira plus as your dividend. Then after December, in January, you will receive another 440,000 plus because NIDF pays quarterly dividend of 5 naira plus. And if you multiply 5 naira by the 88,000 shares, your 10 million naira will fetch you. That's what you will get every 3 months. And that's a fantastic retirement arrangement for those approaching retirement. If you have up to 10 million, such a stock is good for you. Regular cash flow to take care of your needs, especially if you are not a big spender. You see that? That's it. Hello, good afternoon, able God. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from. All right, we can't get through with this caller. In Chekube, Charles says, good afternoon, coach. How can I get the e-dividend form? And so, what does the account details that we fill in our broker app, what then is the function of that one, sir? The function of that one is to get your dividend. But human errors can arise where they mistype your account details at the level of where what you call the registrars are dealing with your details. At that point, it may be difficult for you to actually do any other thing than to now resort to the e-dividend mandate form to correct all of that. So to get your e-dividend mandate form, Google search e-dividend mandate form of so and so company. You will hear, just type in the company you're looking for, and then you will get that form. Download the PDF file and proceed to complete for submission. Fedi is our next caller.
Hello, Coach. Good afternoon.
Very good afternoon to you. It's good to have you. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Thank you, Coach. My name is Ferdinand. I'm calling from England.
Thank you very much, Ferdinand. We are glad to have you. Please go ahead.
Coach, I must sincerely thank you for all that you have been doing for us. This has been a good community to belong to. Since I've known you, since I've started following you, my life has not remained the same.
Awesome.
So, just a follow-up question. A brother asked a question that he bought a stock, let's say at the rate of 3 naira, and they quoted him 3 naira 20 kobo. So you explained that they are factored in all the commission and everything, the charges. So my question there is, sometimes when I initiate a buy, let's say 3 naira, and they quoted me at the rate of that 3 naira, does it mean that they did not collect commission or what?
Okay, depends on the platform you are on. Your contract
I'm using
note
Atlas.
or, of course, at the buying point, you won't see all those things. It is when
Okay.
you come to the portfolio valuation summary, you will now see, that's why they call it average cost. They're not saying, they don't call it share price. If you have ever analyzed your portfolio valuation, you will see quantity held, average unit cost. So that's where they wrote average unit cost is where you will see the difference between the amount, the exact stock price versus the average unit cost. It's always including the commissions at per share basis. So that way you now know exactly when you are breaking even. You will hear a word, break even, BEP, break even price. If the stock is at break-even price, it means from there you are neither gaining or losing, neutral.
Any one kobo on top of break-even price becomes a profit. So it's an accurate way to analyze your portfolio performance.
Okay, okay, because this thing is getting me worried. I remember sometime the same thing happened to me. I initiated a buy, let's say at the 3 naira, but when they actually sold the stock to me, I realized that the amount displayed was higher than what I quoted for. So now somebody asks such question and you explain, I'm trying to reason it to how this thing come about, because sometimes it happens that way. Sometimes if you
It's
ask,
not
like now, I've quoted to buy charms at the rate of 3 naira, 10 kobo. So when no 3 naira 20 kobo I bought earlier today. So when they quoted me, when they sold the stock, it was actually what I asked for. So and then when they show you how much you are, now they send the receipt. I see the commission, everything. So but when the price that you ask for changes, so that's where I get confused.
sometimes the question is, did you buy at market price?
No,
Or did you put limit order and then
yes.
increase your price particularly?
Honestly, I don't actually buy at market price. Always buy below the market price.
That means there is something to correct somewhere in that particular transaction. We have had that kind of discussion here before, and Atlas explained that it could have been a glitch from CSCS end or something like that.
Okay.
Such are rare cases that can actually be sorted out.
Okay, coach. Thank you very much. Thank you. God
Thank
bless you,
you
sir.
very much. God bless you. Onome Kokori. After Onome calls in, we will be having AJ. After AJ, we will have David. Onome, are you ready? Keep your environment quiet. Let's see how we have a good conversation. Coach, what stock do you talk about if you invest 10 million by December, dividend will pay 450,000? We have very, very smart ears here. I didn't say 450,000 though. I said 440,000 equivalent. It should be more than that though. I was talking about NIDF.
Hi, what?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon, coach. How is everything?
Tell us your name and where you're streaming from. Everything is fine, thank you, my man.
Yeah, my name is like you rightly said. My name is Onome. I'm streaming from Wantage in New Jersey. Uh,
Sorry, you're streaming from where, sir?
Wantage in New Jersey.
New Jersey, the United States. It's good to hear
Yeah,
from you, my man. Go ahead.
yeah. I was drawn to this your program. I think a few days ago, and I just requested to follow you and all that. So I was actually um, my ears got tingling when I heard this 10 million naira to invest. So I've not started investing in shares and all that. So just look at me like a beginner. You understand? So I want to learn more. Most especially that 10 million that you can be. I think it's quarterly. You said $440,000 as dividends. So I just need you to educate me on
I
that.
wish I wish it was $440,000, bro.
Did I say $440,000 now?
Absolutely. You are in New Jersey, so no
My
fault of
brother, no vex for me. That's the currency over here.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, that's it. Some stocks are called dividend kings or dividend cash cows. I refer to them. They are suitable for people planning retirement. And for now, stock price doesn't really move as far as that stock is concerned. Doesn't mean there's any ceiling or cap that the stock price should remain so. The fact is, there is a stock like that called NIDF, special stock because it's called Nigeria Infrastructure Debt Fund. It's not a government instrument or anything. It's actually a fund, just like a mutual fund that invests in infrastructure, and that they make money from the infrastructure they have invested in. They have hostel buildings, that's university hostel buildings in some schools. You know how rental income can flow from there. They have telecom masts that they invested in generating money for them. They have even, I think, solar infrastructure in some locations. So they invest in infrastructure, including power. They invest in infrastructure, make money from those infrastructures, distribute to shareholders. So that fund is quoted on the stock exchange, managed by Chapel Hill Denham, one of the
I know Chapel Hill.
prominent investment houses in Nigeria. So that's what it is. They actually got listed about 3 years ago and started by paying dividends of 3 naira plus. I remember the first set of dividend was 3 naira plus. Then, so they are also growing the dividend as well. From 3 naira, it got to 4 naira 50 kobo. The last dividend that was paid was 5 naira plus. So if you hold such a stock, dividend growth is possible. Plus, if bond rates continue to drop in Nigeria, institutional funds will leave the money market and come into the stock market. And if I were a pension fund administrator, because those are the people who have most of the investable funds, I will recommend NIDF because it gives them that kind of guaranteed cash flow and peace in terms of price stability that money market gives in bonds and treasury bills. So this is us doing it individually for ourselves, that in our portfolio there should be one stock that gives us that frequency of cash flow with peace of mind. That's why we are positioned in NIDF, and anybody can. So 10 million naira will fetch you about 88,000 shares of NIDF at today's price of 113 naira per share. And when you multiply 88,000 by 5 naira plus per share, you get from 440,000 upwards every quarter.
Okay, though. Okay, I just want to ask you. I will believe you're a stockbroker because I can't remember. I used to have a stockbroker back then, but I sold all my shares.
I'm not a stockbroker. I'm a wealth coach.
Okay, you're a wealth coach. Sure. How? Because I'm not in Nigeria right now, so I don't know. How would you advise me to go about if I want to do this investment?
Very simple.
Okay.
I'll just give you a link to open a stockbroking account if you want, or if you have a preferred stockbroker you are happy with. You know, you need real-time access.
Okay,
So
real-time access.
So you can connect from anywhere around the world. No longer all these things that we started with, manual and the analog way of doing things. You need a stock brokerage firm that can give you real-time access to a stock exchange. You buy and sell from the comfort of your phones or your systems.
Okay.
I can send you a link, but I struggle with TikTok DMs. If you send me a link on a DM on Instagram, fine. I'm most likely going to respond, especially now that it's a weekend.
Okay, so you have the same account on Instagram, Wealth Coach, right?
Yes.
Okay, though. I'll send it to you over there.
All right. Thank you very much.
Have a great day, sir. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
All right. You know, this is the beauty of what we do here. A lot of people are really unaware that there are legitimate means of making money in Nigeria. That we have our problems and challenges as a people, especially by those who govern us.
but there are still systems that work that will make you much more money than if you invested that money abroad. A lot of the safe investments, talking about interest yielding savings accounts, bonds, and treasury bills offer up there abroad. It's about 3% per annum. But you see this is NIDF will fetch you. Let me be sure of the annual returns for NIDF in terms of dividend yield, right? It will amaze you to know that NIDF will be giving you 14% without struggle. And if I sit down to really calculate actually how much, it's more than 14. I'm saying it's about 16. I will sit down and calculate that separately. And let me give you the dividend history of NIDF. In the last, since January, of course they paid they paid 3 in January, but in the last sets of dividends paid, January 2024, they paid 3 naira 95 kobo. You see, April 2024, it moved to 4 naira 23 kobo. July 2024, 4 naira 27 kobo. October 2024, 5 naira 9 kobo. So that October, 2024 October, the payment date was 28 October. Now, next month is October. They are going to pay another third quarter dividend. Maybe it could also be towards the end of October, but you can see the consistency. Every January, right? January, April, July, October, 4 times every year you'll be receiving dividend. So they paid October 5 naira 9 kobo. Then in February 2025, this year, they paid 5 naira 50 kobo. April 2025, they paid 5 naira 43 kobo. They also paid in July, and they are going to pay in October. Clean, no fighting, no quarreling. That's the system that works. So when the political scene is looking messy, at least the investment and business scene is not as messy because there is some level of control and structure. David, let's talk. Your next call. GK Matic Man says it's 18%. I knew that what I'm doing. And then this caller was ready. Maybe it's an error. As the dividend continues to grow, remember, dividend yield is dynamic, price determined, and the dividend itself also determines what the dividend yield is. So as the dividend continues to increase, that's how the yield for you will be increasing. So if at this price it's 18% based on 5 naira something, when dividend grows to 6 naira, your yield will be pursuing 19 plus. That's the way it works. So the higher the dividend goes, the higher the yield. All right? Okay, AJ is our next caller. All right, we also have Benita in the house. I'll bring you in. We have just 6 minutes to go. How can we do this very fast now? Is AJ there? Hello, AJ. We lost AJ, so let's hear from Ajiboye. After Ajiboye, we'll be speaking to Joshua. Ajiboye Oyebisitem
Ajiboye, are you there? Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Right?
Hello.
Yes, please. Could you speak directly into the mouthpiece of your phone?
Okay, sorry.
Are you there? Willie Nudge says, is NASCON still a buy today? Absolutely, it is. Hello? Okay, looks like
Hello,
we
good
can.
afternoon, coach.
Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Yeah, my name is Temitope, and I am calling from Newport in Wales.
Tell me, Tokwe from Wales, thank you very much for joining. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do not have any question. I just want to appreciate all that you have been doing because I actually know nothing when it comes to investment. But since I came across your page, I started following immediately. And yes, every day I make sure to join. Every
Wow,
day I try to add to my portfolio. And I'm very sure very soon I will come back to this platform and I will testify.
awesome.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so very much, Temitope. We are really glad that you are making things happen for yourself. And surely we'll be here to hear of your testimony. Thank you very much. 4 minutes before we are done, Dr. Two, because we lost the other person. Okay, between Champion Breweries and CWG, which is a better buy? Both of them have run very high, especially Champion Breweries has really run. I don't know if there's any upside. And the brewery sector, most of them are also going to be recapitalizing, looking for fresh funds to raise capital and pay up debts and try to re-establish the businesses after what they suffered last year. I would go all the way with CWG instead. Efe Ekakitie says, please coach, is UPDC REIT a good one to buy? Absolutely. In fact, UPDC REIT is one of my million challenge stock. I'm just quietly looking to patiently find a way to accumulate that. I'll explain further later. Okay, for long term or short term, Joshua, which one are you asking about right now? Olaudere says, Coach, thanks for everything. Thank you very much. My pleasure, of course. Let's see. Good afternoon, Coach. Mrs. Tantalizers is a good stock to buy. We are still waiting to see reasons to buy Tantalizers. They may have a bright future following the new investors who have taken position in the stock and trying to drive the business. But we're waiting for the numbers that can't lie. You know, numbers don't lie in this business. Coach, what do you have to say about the Sterling Bank public offer? Baba Gift, I have nothing to say. According to Jose Morijo, I have nothing to say. They need to raise capital and so on and so forth, but that will also eventually lead to the dilution of existing shares. And I can't tell now whether or not they can be able to continue to pay enough dividend that they were paying before the dilution that is about to happen. In any case, with time, they will do better and recover. Whether we have that time or not is another story. You know, the money they are raising for recapitalization is also going to be used to expand the business. So when you see a company trying to do rights issue, public offer, it's basically to expand the business beyond just trying to meet up for the banks, CBN recapitalization mandate. So they will have enough money to grow the business and then maybe improve earnings, but that will now take some time for it to mature. Just like you're pulling out money from your investment portfolio to go and start a business. You don't start making profit immediately, right?
It will take a while before you set up the business, sell to the market, and then revenue starts coming in, and then you find a way to know whether you are making profit or not. That's just what's going to be happening. Lily Kuchi says, you are the best coach. Thank you very much, Lily. Which stock is good for short term? These are dangerous times to ask for short term stocks because stocks will eventually start trading sideways and you want to stay safe. Coach, please, is QTix offering any bonus shares and what's the qualification date? Emperor Moprito, QTix is not offering bonus considering the fact they did bonus last year of 1-for-1. For every one QTix you had, they would have given you one last year, but that's gone. So if you had 1 million shares of QTix, you would have been receiving 1 million shares of QTix as bonus. So imagine now that one of your 1 million share challenge just bursts into the scene and says, look, we're giving you 1-for-1. Suddenly you become a 2 million shareholder of a particular company. Isn't it interesting? You have no idea what this 1 million share challenge has come to do for you. You really have no idea. Just hold on and see. Just imagine what VFD did. Imagine you had 1 million shares of VFD before they announced that they were doing bonus of 5-for-1. For every one you have, they give you 5, meaning 5 million extra VFD would have come to you plus your 1 million shares. So that would have made it 6 million VFD. Or you had 1 million shares when a company like UCAP did 2-for-1. For every one you have, they give you 2. What does that tell you? 2 million shares will be given to you because you had 1 million shares. And altogether, you would have been having 3 million shares. That's the whole idea. And hopefully, beyond what you think, this 1 million challenge will surely make you a multi-millionaire in just a couple of years. That's the idea. Raising millionaires one step at a time, noiselessly. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of today's live stream. It's already past 2 p.m. Apologies to everyone who I couldn't take their calls. Very, very sorry. Network connection poor and so on. But never mind. We will keep trying to keep getting better. Please follow on Instagram, send a DM, and then go onto the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Apologies to my YouTube family. Never mind, we will sort you out next week, surely. And then, of course, if we have to upload today's live stream, we will do it afresh. For those in the US and Canada, due to time difference, I would like to inform you that this live stream is going to be uploaded. You won't miss a thing. Thank you very much, Maobi. Thank you very much, Benita. Thank you very much, everyone who shared and liked. Please, you can come on and say your goodbyes as we proceed into the weekend. Maobi, you there?
I'm right here. Thank you again for coming up to reassure us, especially in situations like this when the market is moving in a tipsy, trajectory. We always value your inputs and I appreciate your time. I hope to be here again on Monday. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bonita?
Yeah, Coach, thank you very much for all you do once again. And just to buttress what you told the guy that sold his real estate for stocks, he actually sold for mutual fund instead of stocks. But I know that that was a good move to have sold the real estate if he actually went for stocks. But he still didn't take a bad step at the same time because it's still a good time to buy now. Talking from somebody that plays in both real estate and stocks, I know that he had made a good decision. So thank you very much, Coach. You have helped us a lot. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Benita. I really appreciate all your efforts behind the scenes, and hopefully we keep helping each other and pulling as many as we can out of the financial struggles. Until we meet again next week, this is me saying thank you so much, everyone. See you again and have a lovely weekend.